Never in my life have I been so glad that I waited to make a video. I was going to make this video on Monday and then just have it ready to go up on Wednesday and we can talk about it. But here we are. Thomas Tuchel is now the England manager. I wanted to make a video about my thoughts on an England the England manager not being English. Even if he was Scottish, like anything that's not English, how I'd feel about that. But now we've got it. Now we've got the real thing that I can now judge. We've got someone who, I quite like Thomas Tuchel. When he got him the United job, I was like, I'll take that. I'll take Thomas Tuchel as the United manager. He wins trophies. I know Ten Hag's wins trophies, but I think Tuchel can help take teams to that next level. And I just feel like Chelsea and Bayern Munich didn't give him the time, didn't give him the space to do so. At Chelsea, he was running a good project. A big disagreement with Todd Bowley about Ronaldo, and that's what ended up seeing him out the door there. And then he had a bit of a poor Champions League run, he got knocked out, and then obviously ended up losing the league last year to Leverkusen, which saw him leave the Bayern Munich role. Obviously, if you don't win a league as a Bayern Munich manager, you're not going to stay there much longer. But yeah, Harry Kane firing. He's now got Harry Kane up front for him again. I think he'll know how to use the players that he's got at hand. I don't judge that. I don't think he'll have a problem with dealing with the amount of talent that he has at his disposal to go pick through and use the right players for his system. Obviously, we know he likes that five at the back. Hopefully, we don't see Eric Dyer come back in the England squad. I don't need none of that. Five at the back for England right now. It feels like a step back with the amount of good attacking options we have going forward. But I do feel like it frees up more space for Trent to get in the team. Trent and then Rico Lewis can then play together, which has been a big issue for a lot of people. A lot of people have been going, we can't have Trent and Rico Lewis playing in defence. And I'm like, well, we can now if we have a back five. And it would probably be, for me, Guehi, Stones and Konza would probably be my back three. Maybe Maguire, Stones, Konza. I do think Guehi's earned his place now, though. That's all I can say there. I think Guehi, Stones and Konza definitely would get in there now. Konza in a back three. Konza is the first name that I'd put in there. I think Tomori will probably get more shots now. I think the players that are abroad will probably get more looks at now, because obviously Thomas Tuchel won't be looking at players in the Premier League. He won't have that English bias towards himself, where he'll want to pick players that are playing in the English divisions, which you might see a bias towards when it is an English manager. Like we have seen bias towards when it is an English manager. Gareth Southgate only picked Bellingham because he was Bellingham, only picked Kane because he was Kane. Didn't look at Tomori, didn't look at Loftus-Cheek and stuff like that. Loftus-Cheek playing really well in Europe, but didn't get looked at for any of the Southgate squads after he made the move away from the Premier League, which is understandable. We have a lot of talent on the team, it's a lot to pick from, but when Calvin Phillips was still getting picked, and it's like, come on, these players here and there that can do it. Obviously, I said I won't see my United shirt. We'll see if Ten Hag gets sacked, who replaces Ten Hag at United now, because Thomas Tuchel is the only option that I was okay with, really. We'll see what happens. But in terms of at the base of it, right, Thomas Tuchel, great competition manager. Look at the team that he won the Champions League with at Chelsea. It's not a Champions League winning team. It really isn't a Champions League winning team. But he won the Champions League. He had a great run with them, and he knows how to do a cup competition. He got PSG to a Champions League final. But here comes my worry. Here comes the bit that I hate, is the fact that a foreign manager has never won a trophy with a national team, if you get me. Like, Spain's manager, when they've won everything, it's been Spanish. Argentinian manager is Argentinian. All of Brazil's winning managers have been Brazilian. England's winning manager, Alf Ramsey, was English. You get the gist, don't you? That foreign managers don't win anything on international level. I don't think there is one. Maybe the Czech Republic. I even think that manager was still from Czechia. But yeah, that is my biggest worry with having a foreign manager. I know people go, British got to be British. I believe that. I do believe that, because trophies don't get won by foreign managers. Thomas Tuchel, very, very good manager. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited for your appointment. I want to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Tuchel. Spike me down. I want to see us do really, really well in this next few competitions whilst we have Tuchel. I think it's a strange one. I feel like it's come out of nowhere. I know a lot of people talking about Pep. I really didn't want Pep. I really didn't want a Pep. You know, we might say, oh, because he's a United fan. No, I don't want Pep because he's not built for it. He's just not an international manager. I don't think he can succeed on the international level. It's a completely different game to club level. Club level, you've got to have persistence. You got to be constant with the team to let them know how you want to play. International level, it's different. You've got to have your style of play, and you've just got to play it. You just got to. There you go. That's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. Get used to it or don't. It is what it is. We can, you know, death by fire. That's all it is. It's trial by fire. That's what I want to look for. But right now, I am not a fan of having a foreign manager as an England manager. It's nothing to do with, like, I mean, it's even worse that he's German, first of all. But yeah, I don't know. I'm very split. I'm gonna have to go with that. I hate the idea of us having a foreign manager right now. I wanted it to be an English manager. I didn't know who to pick. As I said in my video the other day, when talking about who the next England manager should be, I believe right now we should be looking at ourselves and going, why is there no good English managers? Why is there no good English managers? The FA should be looking at themselves and being like, what are we doing wrong? Why have these players not come through? These great players not come through and know how to manage a team? We need to start instilling that into players at a young age so they're ready when they retire. You know, like Ryan Mason. You know, Ryan Mason's dabbled in it. You know, he's obviously got his coaching badges. He's young. He retired early. He's on the trajectory to have a good managerial career, I reckon. Or Kieran McKenna, who obviously is Northern Irish, but still British, and I don't mind a Northern Irish manager. We need to set players on the right path so that they can get their coaching badges, so that they do know how to use their coaching badges and they know how to coach a team through the FA. The FA needs to be teaching players, big players that know the game and can read the game very well, into being able to read the game when not on the pitch. I think that's a very important factor in all of this, is that we need to look forward is we need to train English managers. We need to make sure that this generation of English players are ready to be English managers. Because look at how poor it's been over the past 30 years. There's never been an English manager to win the English Premier League. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how insane that is? But that's going to be the first episode of Love and Hate for ourselves here. As I said, we are not a fan right now, but prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Tuchel. I'm all here for you to prove me wrong. I'm all here for it. Said we'll have plenty more of these episodes come out and we'll change how we do it. This episode was just more of a rant episode. We can go out straight away and see how it goes. I made points of both, and I think that's what I wanted to do. Didn't make maybe the most direct points, which I want to improve on. But it's a series in the process of building. We're seeing how it goes. I have a few ideas on what we can do. But I said, you guys, you want to throw in some suggestions in the comments, feel free. That is the end of the video, guys. If you like the video, leave a like. You want to see more, subscribe. Because I'm on channel every single day. Thank you for watching, guys, and hopefully I do catch you next time. Cheers.